Hi Aquarius, happy birthday. Welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your February 2022 love reading. Thanks to those of you who liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's a bridging the gap spread. And the way it works is we'll look at the past energies, present energies, and future energies between you and your main love interest. Once we're done with all that, we'll actually pull some oracle cards for some additional insight. That's where the bridging the gap dynamic comes into play. As far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, and on the right side we have the Tarot Sexual Magic. Also keep in mind it's a general reading, so I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as your energy and the cards on the right as the other person's. If you feel like it's the other way around in your situation, then definitely trust that. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have the Prince of Coins. So this is actually the equivalent of the Knight of Pentacles, which is Virgo energy. So it could just be saying that for some of you, you might have actually been holding your feelings back for this person. You know, maybe there was a desire to turn it into a more stable commitment, but for whatever reason, you didn't necessarily come forward to express this to this person. I feel like this is saying in a way you probably did plan to do it, but for whatever reason, it seemed like you were moving really slow toward that. All right, past energy on their side, we have Judgment. So this could definitely be someone that came back around from your past. For some of you, possibly even someone that you might have had a child with. But yeah, this definitely looks like someone that came back around from your past. So I don't think this is someone newer. This seems like someone you've had quite the history with already. And they could have just come back around. For some of you, this could have been maybe they came back more recently. For example, could have been during the Venus retrograde, which is still going on now. The Mercury retrograde just started as well, so that's a possibility. But yeah, that's what I see with that. All right, in the present position on your side, we have the King of Cups. So what stands out to me with this is I feel like this is saying that you probably still have deep feelings for them and still most likely want to actually turn this into something more stable and long-standing, but I feel like there's, again, that reluctance to actually express yourself for whatever reason. Especially we see he has his back turned to the cards on this side now, right? But with the King of Cups, to me, that represents the growth of the feelings, right? So yeah, it seems like for whatever reason, there's some deep feelings between the two of you, or at least on your end toward them, but I feel like there's just some reluctance on your part to express those feelings. All right. Present energy on their side, we have the Two of Swords. So this is actually Libra energy here. And you know, we see he's extending that rose to her, and she looks like she's turning away from it. So for some of you, given the body language we see there, I feel like this is saying that they might actually be coming toward you with an offer. And it looks like you might be declining it, possibly because you might not feel that it's serious enough. So that maybe that's the disconnect for some of you. Could just be saying that you want something more serious than what it seems like they're offering at this time. And if that's the case, then maybe this Judgment energy could even say that they have someone from their past that possibly they have a child with. So this could be another connection than the one with you. And maybe you feel like that's what's holding it back between the two of you from having something more stable. But either way, it looks like they might be coming forward with an offer to you, but you might be expecting or at least hoping for something more serious than that. All right. Future energy on your side. Okay, this card does not want to come up. There we go. We have the Princess of Cups, which is the equivalent of the Page of Cups in traditional tarot. And we have the Nine of Staves, which is Nine of Wands, Sagittarius energy. So seeing these two cards come up, I feel like the feelings are still there, right? We still see the back turn, and this is just saying for me that it looks like you guys are just really guarded toward this person. What I'm getting with the Princess of Cups is that not necessarily as simple as saying that you're losing feelings for this person, but more I feel like this is you kind of losing faith for them to step up to the plate in a more serious way. So that's kind of what I'm seeing with that. This could be someone that at the very least you've had in your life as a friend as well. That's certainly a possibility. But yeah, looks like there's a little bit of a loss of hope on your part that this could actually turn into the type of commitment that you're hoping for. All right. future energy on their side, we have the Knight of Swords. So Gemini energy here, and to me, this says that they could definitely have some passion toward you, but you might feel like they're kind of like a my way to highway type, you know, maybe not fully that, but as far as you feel like they want things to go at their pace. And, you know, again, like I said, I feel like it could just be one of those things where you might feel like you're hoping for something a bit more stable and long term. They might seem a bit more casual about it. I do see growth on their part, you know, going from the Two of Swords to the Knight of Swords, but it just might not be at the pace that you're hoping for, so there could be a bit of a disconnect as far as that goes. All right. Bottom of the deck on your side, we have the Five of Cups, so more Scorpio energy here. And this definitely is an energy that points to disappointments. We see the Three Spilled Cups, right, which usually the Three of Cups represents a celebratory energy, usually long-standing connections as well. And that could just be what you're feeling, right? Like you've been hoping for things to go further along than they've gotten to this point, so there could be some disappointment there. I will say there's still that potential because we do see the two cups standing there. But yeah, at least in the present moment, all you could be seeing possibly is the disappointment around the situation because we see there's three lights as well to go with those three cups. So that could be what you're shedding light on right now is the disappointment of what the connection hasn't been to this point rather than the potential that it could have. So that's what I see there. And then bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Five of Swords. So this is actually Aquarius energy here. And in some decks, this energy points to the potential for petty conflicts. On this particular deck, it doesn't really point to that. It points more to actually taking a risk. So yeah, for somebody, this could even just represent them coming forward, depending on what exactly took place between the two of you that has you so reluctant to express your feelings to them. But yeah, could just be saying that now they're trying to come forward and put in a little more effort toward the connection. And beneath that, we see the Temperance card as well, which is actually the major arcana card for Sagittarius, which often represents trying to establish balance. So yeah, looks like they will put in more effort. It might, again, I feel like it might not be the effort that you're hoping for, right? As far as, like I said, it seems like you might want something a bit more serious than they do. I do see them stepping up the effort, but I'm still not sure if it's necessarily going to be at the level you're hoping to. So let's see what the Oracle cards add to the mix. We'll see what we get from the Aquamonite deck. I did pre-shuffle this deck, and what I'm going to be looking for here, at least initially, is jumpers. And worst case, if nothing comes up, I'll just put the deck down and pull cards. But first, I'm going to be looking for unspoken messages from you to them, and then from them to you. So let's see what we get. Oh, got one there, and next we'll see, get one from them to you. Almost have one there. Oh, and got one there. Okay, so let's see what we got on your side first. Okay, we have pressure. It says, I have so much going on in my life and I'm struggling to juggle it all at once. So, okay. Maybe for somebody that could have been what it was. Maybe, especially even in the past, you might have had some financial things that you had to attend to, so maybe you couldn't put in the energy. But I will say, for you guys, Scorpio energy is your 10th house of career and social status. So that could be what it is too. You know, maybe you have some career things that are pulling you away from the connection. But I feel like it is a little bit deeper than that for some of you. But that could at least be more of a extra factor that's making things even more difficult at the time. But hopefully it resonated with some of you. And then on their side, we have codependency. It says, I need you. Interesting. I mean, I didn't necessarily get the codependency vibe from this side, but maybe that's what you pick up on from them too, right? Where you feel like, okay, maybe you feel like it's more, like I was saying, for some of you, it might be one of those things where they want things their way. So You know, you could feel like when they want to come around, they feel perfectly fine doing so. But if you need something, you might feel like their effort is a bit lacking. So that could at least possibly be what's at play there. But yeah, like I said, in general, I didn't necessarily pick up on energy. But either way, hopefully that resonated with you guys. And then lastly, we'll pull a card from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Pre-shuffle this deck as well. Here I'm just looking for one card with general advice for us to wrap up with, though. All right, got one there. So let's see what you got. All right, we have Never Ending Story. There's the artwork, and the number is 37. So definitely made me think of the Judgment card at the very least, because like I said, it seems like you guys might have quite the history between the two of you, but let's see what that has to say in the book. Okay, it says self-criticism, the wounded ego, unnecessary dramas. The Oracle's message. There's a story woven through the imperfect fabric of life that tells of hurt and loss, rejection, humiliation, self-loathing and arrogance, and all manner of suffering born of unnecessary dramas. It is the old story whose refrain is that you cannot do this, must not go there, should not say that, must your world come crumbling down. Today, know that none of this is actually true. The sky is not falling. The voice you hear is just a small, scared, conditioned part of you that got stuck in a lie, wants to protect you, and needs to be seen as a victim. Love that lost piece of you. Fear is all it knows. Distorted guidance is preventing you from being true to yourself. You are not your story, and the narrator is simply the voice of your fearful part, small and vulnerable and easily soothed. So yeah, that definitely does sound slightly critical, that message there, but I will say that for some of you, maybe that is what the issue is, right? That could be why you might have some difficulty opening up. To be fair, like I said, it doesn't like this person's perfect by any means either, but yeah, that could be part of what the issue's been for you guys, where you might be, you might have a pattern where you might struggle to open up and express yourselves on an emotional level. The relationship message says, sometimes your heart enters into a contract with another that results in pain, not because of abuse or neglect, but for other, more complex reasons. Shame, fear of intimacy, and low self-esteem are the greatest challenges to the success of a relationship. Consider how valuable that knowledge is, however. Right now, you have an opportunity for important healing, but you must reflect on the stories you weave about love, connection, abandonment, rejection, and loneliness. Not only do you need to begin a new story, you need to forgive yourself for telling yourself the old ones. Have compassion for the part of you that believes all those narratives. None of them were ever true anyway. So yeah, definitely a pretty positive, supportive message there. So hopefully that resonated with you guys. Once again, happy birthday, and I'll see you guys next month. All right, bye.